Welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez. Lincoln now has 4 public dog parks, one in each quadrant of the city. To help support those parks, a nonprofit group of dog lovers is organizing the 2nd annual Dog Bowl. It's coming up Sunday, September 2nd at Pinewood Bowl. And here to talk about the event and about dog parks in general are 2 of the board members of Friends of the Dog Parks, Diane Temme and Kelly Hansen. Thank you both so much for being here with us. I want to start out talking about what is a dog park, because I think there's some misconceptions about what happens at a dog park.
So a dog park is a place for not only dogs, but for the owners to take them to socialize with other dogs and other people as well. It's a place to let them exercise, run, and just kind of let their inhibitions go. One of our dog runs has a creek through it, so for those dog lovers that love to be able to get in the water, but they're in a contained area, that's a nice thing, because most of the beaches in our local lakes, you can't have the dogs off the leash. So at one of our dog runs, they have that capability. It's also a good way for apartment dwellers to be able to get out and get their dogs into a dog park to run if they do not have a backyard.
And these are sometimes called off-leash parks?
Off-leash dog runs, yep.
Okay. And some of them have different spaces for big dogs and little dogs, right?
That is correct. So our biggest dog run obviously is Rickman's Run, which is off of 70th and Van Dorn area, and that's about a 26-acre dog run, so that's our biggest dog park that we have and the longest existing one. And then we have Mahoney, Peterson, which will be called Stransky's Peterson Dog Run, and then Roper. And so they all have different sizes, but there is now all one small dog park at each of them and a big dog park at each of them.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about your organization. Diane, you have about 130 members right now.
That's correct.
How did the group start?
Kelly, maybe you can help me out there. I'm new to the organization.
Okay.
Yes, we're so excited to have her in our group. Friends of Dog Parks has been around for about 17 years. It was created in the 1990s, and a local group of people kept this group alive for a while. Their focus was helping promote in the creation of dog runs in Lincoln. And about 5 or 6 years ago, my husband and I joined the group, and we wanted to see this to fruition in Lincoln because we saw there were only 2 dog runs, and our goal was to see one in each quadrant of the city. So we worked closely with Lincoln Parks and Recreation and the Lincoln Parks Foundation. Our whole goal really is to be able to help create and promote them, along with also helping, volunteering, getting out there. Last week we went out and helped pick up some of the thistles out of the Mahoney Dog Run and so forth. And it's kind of being the liaison between parks and the local public. If they don't want to contact parks, they'll contact us, and we'll kind of reiterate what the public would like to see.
Okay, now 3 of the dog parks are fairly new. We have a list of the dog parks up on the screen right now. Rickman's Run, as you mentioned, is kind of the original. They're 70th and Van Dorn. And then the 3 new ones are Roper East, Peterson, which will be called Stransky Peterson, and Mahoney Dog Run. And so those are 3 brand new parks. What does that mean for the Lincoln dog community?
Oh, well, it means that if you'd ever been at Rickman's Run at Holmes Lake on the weekend, you know that it's extremely congested. It was just overpopulated with people and dogs, and so it's really nice that some of that traffic has now been diverted to the other dog parks. It also means that we're serving different communities, and so we're bringing the dog runs to different parts of the cities, and so we're serving more people in the city, so people have a chance to get to the dog parks. And also we're putting in paved paths through all the dog parks, which means that all of the dog runs are ADA accessible. And that's a huge deal, because Rickman's Run was paved to a certain point, but then was not fully ADA accessible. So we are bringing the dog parks to more people.
Now, the way I understand it, these are parks and recreation properties, but your group helps provide some of the extra amenities.
Yes, so that was the focus of the Dog Run campaign. So the city provided for the basic infrastructure of the parks, the land, the fencing, some of the basic things, and then our group really campaigned for some of those extra amenities to make the dog parks really user-friendly and positive spaces for people to bring their pets and also socialize, as Kelly said. So we raised money for things like drinking fountains, for benches, for shade shelters, rinsing stations, and things like that, just to make the dog runs even better.
We should mention the drinking fountains are both for people and dogs.
That is correct.
Yeah, but they don't drink out of the same fountains.
Well, let's talk about the big event coming up the evening of Sunday, September 2nd. It is the Dog Bowl out at Pinewood Bowl. What is planned for that?
So this is going to be our second annual one, and we're going to have 2 live bands out there, Forgotten Soul and Hooked. And our group this year is being sponsored by Nature's Variety, which is a local dog food company. We're going to have a ton of vendors out there. We've got a whole bunch of food trucks lined up. We're going to have some shaved ice machine out there. We're going to have tattoos not only for dogs but for humans. We're going to have balloon artists out there. And so last year we had a caricature person. We're hoping to have them again, and we're just building upon this event. And it's just to get everybody in the community out and about with their dogs, and to see all the different vendors throughout the area, the nonprofit groups for dog rescues, for some of the vets offices, some of the groomers out there, to just get everybody out there. And the nice thing about it is it's 5 to 9, a little bit later in the evening, so bring a blanket, pack yourself a lunch if you want to, and have a little picnic out there while you're listening to the bands, and bring your dogs with you.
And you've got some fun contests possibly that you're going to do. I know last year you had a dog and owner look-alike contest.
We did.
Yes.
There was the man who looked like an Irish wolfhound, or vice versa.
I just saw him the other day too.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We had a dog talent contest where we had very, very talented dogs and people participate. Just such a fun community activity. It was a great time last year. We had really, really wonderful positive feedback. So we're hoping that this year too, that it's going to be a great thing for the community. So if you like dogs, and if you like food, if you like music and the parks, it's the event to go to.
Tell me what the proceeds will be used for, and kind of what you're aiming for in terms of a fundraising goal for this.
Well, so the funds again will go to Lincoln Parks Foundation to be used at the Lincoln Dog Runs, and what we're continuing to build upon is the money for the rinsing stations. We earned enough last year for 1 rinsing station, which will be put in at Stransky. So at the other 3 dog runs, we're still hoping to do that as well. Rickwins, we may not be able to put one in because that is in a flood zone up towards the front. But the nice thing is on those days that it rains, you still have people who go to the dog park because they need to get their dog out and exercise, and they're coming out a little muddy. So at the rinsing station, they can rinse them off before they put them in a car. So that can be pricey, and that's what we're looking for.
All right. Well, I want you to tell us about your dogs. Diane, tell us about your dog or dogs.
I have 2 dogs. I have 1 full greyhound named Cheese, and I have a greyhound mix named Monty. So these are dogs that love to run. They love having the space, and they do like socializing with other dogs, and so we absolutely love the dog runs.
And Kelly?
We have 3 dogs. Our biggest, I'll go by biggest, not by age. Biggest is Sophie. She's a St. Bernard Bernese Mountain mix. She's about 125 pounds. Then we have Bella, who is our oldest. She's a Redbone Coonhound mix. And then Roscoe, he's our little naughty one. He's a Shar-Pei Pug mix. And that's one of the things I enjoy about the dog runs, is that my little one is not the best with other dogs. So with having 4 dog runs in Lincoln, it gives people the opportunity to go early in the morning or late at night when maybe not so many people are there. So your dog can still enjoy the park but not have to necessarily worry about interacting with other dogs at that time. So that's kind of nice.
And what's your favorite thing about the dog parks?
There's so
much.
Too many to count.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a whirlwind. I mean, from the time that they announced to us last year that we're going to go ahead and build these new dog parks, and they had them done by December 17th, 2018. They were still just in the construction phase, but they were all opened. We couldn't believe how fast it happened, and the fact that the construction's still ongoing, and that they were able to find enough funds to do the cement walkways. As Diane said, I had met a retired police officer from Lincoln out at Mahoney one night, and he was in tears, which made me come to tears. Just the fact that he was able to go out in his motorized wheelchair with his whole family, and he goes, my whole family includes my dog. And so I said, please let me take a picture of you and put you on our website, and just, I want to glorify your situation and show everybody how nice it is that you're out here with your family. And I think that's really one of the most important things, is because dogs aren't just always dogs, they're a part of the family as well.
And I think, like you said too, I mean, I love seeing how happy my dogs are at the park, and seeing other families and dogs, and seeing how much people just love, the parks, and being with their loved ones and their pets. It's a wonderful community experience.
It is.
All right. Well, we hope everyone turns out for the 2nd annual Dog Bowl. Again, it's coming up from 5 to 9 p.m. Sunday, September 2nd at Pinewood Bowl. The roundabout, I understand, is finished,
Yes.
so there you should have an easier time getting out there. If you'd like to find out more about the event, you can check out Lincoln Dog Parks on, or the website is lincolndogparks.org, but you can also find more about the event on Facebook if you search for Friends of the Dog Parks. Diane and Kelly, I loved hearing about your dogs. I hope you have a beautiful night for the second annual Dog Bowl. And thank you so much for all you do for the dog community here in Lincoln.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Some of the summer concert series are winding down, but there's still plenty of music to enjoy in the capital city. Here's a rundown of some of the favorites.
I've got some great news for Lincoln dogs and dog owners. Lincoln Parks and Recreation is building 3 new dog runs in our city. Lincoln Cares is partnering with Friends of the Dog Parks to provide money for a drinking fountain with a dog bowl at each location. You can help make this happen. Enroll in the Lincoln Cares program and add $1 to your LES bill each month. LincolnCares.info.
Welcome back to Out and About. Jeff Mull joins us now from the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and it's the favorite time of year for a lot of people as we get ready for the Husker kickoff.
Perhaps one of the most anticipated Husker football seasons in a long time.
Yes, yes it is. Something about a frost warning, I hear.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big deal, and we're excited about it because I'll tell you what, the anticipation this year going into it with Scott Frost, a lot of visitors already booking rooms. There's such an amazing amount of excitement. I have a feeling we could have as many people here just roaming the community as we have inside the stadium. It's going to be a big deal come this first game.
All right, well, we have a couple of events to tell you about to help you get ready for that, the Husker kickoff September 1st. The Cornhusker Marching Band is going to do its exhibition, so you can get a preview of what's coming up at halftime.
Seems like we just talked about their wrap-up show last fall, and here we are ready to kick off the season. And this is a great chance to get a chance to see these marching band performers as they perform their exhibition show, kind of a sneak peek of what's going to happen going into the season featuring the drill down. They've been working all summer on their band routines and techniques, so it should be a lot of fun. At Memorial Stadium, the admission is free.
All right, and then the very next day, that the Cornhusker show, marching band show is on a Friday night. The very next day is Football Fan Day, a big event also at Memorial Stadium.
Autographs and a chance for your little one, big one, or even yourself to get a chance to run on the field at Memorial Stadium, just like the Huskers.
How long do you think the line will be for Coach Frost?
I hope everybody gets through the line, but I have a feeling the line may be so long that there may be a cutoff point.
That's right. And on that Saturday, you also have a chance to see the defending national champion volleyball team in action in the Red-White scrimmage.
Yeah, last year was a year that really wasn't supposed to happen for the volleyball team, and Coach Cook really put together a great season. Great opportunity to get out and meet the girls. The Red-White scrimmage will be at the Devaney Center. Minimal admission to get in, should be a lot of fun. A sneak peek at the new volleyball team for this coming season.
And we want to remind people that the Lincoln Salt Dogs are still in action. We've got some couple games against the Texas Air Hogs coming up, the Kansas City T-Bones. The home season winds up with the Cleburne Railroaders. And we want to also remind people that we've got 2 more Fireworks Fridays left, August 10th and August 31st.
Yeah.
Your chance to see a little of the fireworks after the games.
Yeah, great opportunity to celebrate the fireworks and wrap up a great season for the Salt Dogs. I'd like to see them get a good playoff push here as we wrap up the season. So it should be a lot of fun at Haymarket Park.
All right, we're going to have a food segment now. We're going to
like
talk
that.
about farmers markets. The granddaddy of them all, Historic Haymarket, runs through October 14th. So lots of football fans will have a chance to get down there and pick up some great produce to take home with them. Kind of make up for some of that the food they might eat at the games.
Right.
May not be as healthy for them.
Wholesome stuff would be good.
That's right. Sunday Farmers Market at College View. This is the one that moved from Old Cheney. And that is Sundays. Also F Street Farmers Market on Tuesdays through September. And then the Fallbrook Farmers Market has one more left in August 9th. And then they have a couple of fall markets coming up, September 13th and October 11th. So you'll want to mark your calendars for that. All right. Now, a big local food event coming up to support community crops.
Yeah, Feast on the Farm showcases the best of local foods that have been grown and prepared by local chefs. A great chance to see how your food grows. You'll get a chance to enjoy a full dinner. This will be out at 112th and Adams. Great farm out there, an opportunity to learn about the farm food fork movement going on in our community.
And you must be 21
Yes.
to attend this, because they will have some beverages, adult beverages
Yes, of
for
course.
sale at that. And our final food event today is my Big Fat Greek Festival. The
So good.
Greek Annunciation Church puts this on every year. Homemade Greek food.
Baklava, right?
That's
so many
right.
great things. And not only
Spanakopita.
will there be food there, featured with dance, great kids activities, silent auction, the Greek store and tavern. Should be a lot of fun going on at the Greek Annunciation Orthodox Church. I think this is maybe 15th, 16th annual. It's been going
I'm
on
not
for
sure.
quite some
It
time.
doesn't say, but
Yep.
yeah, it's a big event.
Yeah.
The 10th anniversary of Ignite Lincoln is coming up, and this is going to kind of be a best of Ignite Lincoln. This is different speakers who get up and talk about something interesting. So
Yeah, whether it's to make you laugh, to make you listen, to give you education, there'll be lots of great speakers. They're also giving away $10,000 to one lucky nonprofit that you, the audience, will select at the end of the event. So not only are you gaining some personal interest out of this, maybe some self-help, or you just need a good belly laugh, you're also helping local nonprofits by voting on who the money should go to.
all right, we've got some very interesting workshops coming up. Excuse me. If you're into genealogy, finding out about your background, the place to be is First Lutheran Church, August 18th.
That's right, Kathleen Brandt will be the featured speaker, and she will help you learn more about techniques to find your ancestors. This will be at the First Lutheran Church right here in Lincoln.
And she is kind of a television personality.
She is.
She's been on Who Do You Think You Are? And also Finding Your Roots with Dr. Henry Gates, which is a really interesting show
Yeah.
about who you are.
There's a lot of things you could do over the internet and on the World Wide Web to send away some stuff, but to have somebody right here that helps you kind of figure out where that baseline is pretty valuable.
All right. Another interesting conference coming up is all about the paranormal. We're going to have psychics here, and it looks interesting and kind of strange.
Yeah, Lincoln's Midwest Paranormal Conference is both honored and pleased to present Hollywood's finest right here in Lincoln. Renowned psychic Cheryl Ann will be here. DGA director Tommy Bowl will be here. A lot of great things. This should be a lot of fun. Paranormal is kind of a woohoo, look out kind of word, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily have to be scary.
No, it's just
It's
gonna be-
just things that we may not understand yet.
Things that make you go,
Other things that make you go, might be books. The
Right.
Nebraska Book Festival is coming up. This is kind of a celebration of history and culture and community. It's at the UNL City campus.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. UNL City Campus Union 9 to 5 on Saturday, August 25th.
Right, if you're into tokens and coins and paper money, it's time for you to attend the Numismatic
Very good.
Society Annual Coin Show.
It will increase the knowledge and the enjoyment of tokens, coins, and paper money. Bring out the old coins. I'm sure you have an old box or bag or Ziploc of some old coins. You don't?
No, I probably spent them.
All right. Well, I've got a
Sorry.
few laying around the house. I'll head out to the Country Inn and Suites in North Lincoln to take in this event.
A little bit of something for everything, books
I
and
love
coins.
where we're going
and-
today.
Yeah.
Right? Let's get lost.
Let's get lost in Yonkers. We're not talking about the store that just left Lincoln. This is Neil Simon's Tony Award winner, Pulitzer Prize winner, a coming-of-age story. This is going to be at the Haymarket Theater. I happen to know a bunch of the actors in this show, so
Are they excited?
I'm excited to see it. Yeah,
This
yeah,
actually-
it's a great play.
And this draws on Neil Simon's growing up in Yonkers, New York, kind of as a reflection of his childhood and everything that he saw around him. And this has been around for many, many years, but to have it adapted back to the Haymarket Theater should be a lot of fun.
It should be. And then just down the street at Tada, we've got a witty musical review that looks at all the different kinds of love.
Yeah, from the time that ring goes on to children, to them moving on, to the in-laws, to the Twilight era. A lot of great things going on at Tada Theater. This will definitely do some work on your funny bone. Should be a lot of fun.
All right. The summer music series is winding up at the Rail Yard, and boy, they're ending with a blockbuster. Your chance to see the Black Panther on the Cube.
Yeah, we had a chance to see that on what we consider a small TV at our house. Imagine it on the Cube down in the Rail Yard, and they'll have face painting, twisted balloons from the balloon artist Shades the Clown. Great chance to opportunity to kind of wrap up the summer by enjoying an outdoor movie.
All right. Morrill Hall has a new exhibit that's coming up, and it's going to be running through next year. And it really talks, it addresses how the museum itself came to be. which looks like a really interesting exhibit.
Right. I mean, you have a bunch of individuals that want to build a museum. You have some amazing Nebraska history, and then you have this archaeological aspect of what our state brings. This is the melding of all that brought together. How the museum came to be should be an opportunity to learn about a story of friendship and fossils at the Morrill Hall.
And you'll also get to know one of the first women to become a paleontologist as well. So, yeah, Nebraska is extremely rich in fossils.
Oh, and you know there's more out there.
Yes, there is. Also, into the future, humans and robots are the topic at the next Science Cafe.
Dr. Brittany Duncan, assistant professor at UNL's Department of Computer Science and Engineering, will host this event. It will be at the Happy Raven in downtown Lincoln. It is free. They will have items for purchase and a great chance to eat, drink, and talk science.
All right. Cars, and more cars.
Love
we
my
have
cars.
so many car shows coming up. This
Yes.
must be the car show time of year. We're going to start with the 46th annual Tire Rack Solo National Championships.
This is an event that we want you to come out and enjoy. This is at Air Park, the Lincoln's west ramp of the Air Park. We'll host 1,300 competitors to crown the best in solo autocross competition. These are cars side by side on two different courses or on one course, in and out of cones to a timed, a specific package or a time that they're supposed to get. So a lot of great competition. This is a long-term relationship that we have with SCCA.
All right. You have a chance to see all the great Corvettes out at Westgate Bank out there on Highway 2 and Old Cheney. This is the 25th year for the All Corvette Show. This year they're going to honor the Corvettes from 58 and 68, which would be the 50th and 60th anniversary of those fine automobiles.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Westgate Bank Center in Southeast Lincoln, great venue to host this. The event is free to the public.
The 6th annual Pontiac Oakland GMC Show and Shine is also coming up on the 19th.
This will be out at Restore a Muscle Car at 11850 North 56th Street. My good friend Dave Hall owns Restore a Muscle Car. He's a big Pontiac guy. He restores a lot of great cars out there. So not only a great chance to enjoy this show, but get a chance to take a look at what Dave has going on at Restore a Muscle Car.
All right. And you have a chance to enjoy it's a wide variety of autos and trucks in beautiful downtown Havelock.
Love it.
Historic Havelock. This is their 37th annual auto and truck show.
I like the fact that they make it an all makes car and truck show. So it's pretty much bring what you have, great chance to celebrate and also mingle through the streets of downtown Havelock.
And another Speedway Motors Museum of American Speed Cars and Coffee is coming up. Your chance to see that great museum for free, enjoy some free coffee, and have a great time at the museum.
Yeah, what's interesting about car events and car shows, Diane, is the fact that you get a chance to mingle with people that have stories to tell, right? From the time they found the car to maybe it was a father or a grandfather's car to really what they've done to get it to where they are today. And just to be around that, you may not be a part of the conversation, you may not own a lot of what they have, but just to hear the stories that they have to tell, there's so much value in doing that. So thanks to Speedway Motors for hosting Cars and Coffee.
All right, you've got two more chances to see the motorcycles down at European Motorcycle Night down in the Haymarket. This is the first Wednesday, April through October, so we've got September 5th, another one coming up in October, and then we have to wait a whole nother year to see the motorcycles
don't
down
say
there.
that. Should be a lot of fun. 5:30 to 8:30 on September 5th. This is along the 8th Street Concourse. A lot of great makes, especially the vintage 1979 and older European motorcycles that will be featured.
Pretty cool. Tractors, Trucks, Trains, and Planes. This is a collaboration between the Lincoln Children's Museum and the Lincoln Airport.
Yeah, and we definitely want to remind people this will be at Lincoln's Airport, not at the Children's Museum. They will have 30-plus vehicles featuring tractors, trucks, trains, and planes. Kids can get in, get out, crawl on top, crawl underneath. They can do anything they want with those different kinds of vehicles. And meanwhile, they have some great education from drivers, pilots, and more out there at the event.
All right. Lots of fun coming up yet at the Children's Zoo before it closes for the season. Soon it will be open all year round, but for now it has to close for the season. We want to remind you they have Wild Wednesdays. The zoo is open early and stays open late on Wednesdays through August. And then grandparents get a chance to maybe get a free admission or a train ride on Grandparents' Day, September 9th.
Give them a call right now. If you're watching this and you hear it, mark this on your calendar, give Grandpa or Grandma a call and say, hey, you want to ride the train? You want to get in for free? Let's go to the zoo.
There's one catch. They have to bring the grandchild with them.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
The zoo's no fun without the kids.
No, that's what
Actually,
makes the zoo.
actually, it is fun.
You know what else I'm most excited about with the zoo? Not only will it be open very soon, year-round, we've got some pretty good animals coming our way.
Yes,
So
we do.
there'll be some news, I'm assuming, in the future on the arrival of the new animals to the zoo, and I'm sure John Chapo cannot wait to showcase those animals.
And the zoo is fun for all ages, but it is especially fun when you take a kid.
Yeah, it helps you stay young at that point.
That's right. If penguins are your thing, the annual Breakfast with the Penguins is going on. This is your chance to feed a penguin. And no, you don't have to eat fish.
You don't have to eat fish?
You don't have to eat what the penguins
I'm
eat.
hearing they're going to have pancakes, eggs, sausage, juice, and coffee for all to eat that attend the breakfast and get a chance to see the penguins being fed as well.
All right. Your chance to run through the zoo. Usually we tell you to walk through the zoo.
Slow down.
Slow down. Enjoy the animals. This is the Red Panda Run, and they've got a lot of fun events going through this. You get to run all around the 400 animals who call the zoo home.
Nice. There'll be multiple heats, so every age can get involved. Looks like they're running a different heat about every 15 to 30 minutes, so great chance to not have a lot of standing around going on, and a chance to run at the zoo. I might even do this. That looks fun.
Well, I know the Mud Run, you've got that marked on your calendar every year. It's Nebraska's original Mud Run, put on by the Nebraska Sports Council.
Yeah, love the guys and gals at the Nebraska Sports Council for what they do with the Mud Run. They transform a little bit of an area outside the Lancaster Event Center into one of the giant mud pits. You go down a slide. It's muddy, it's fun. The pictures that I see from this are truly amazing, and people really get into it, from the really serious cross-country runner to just the casual person that wants to grab a bunch of people. Now, I have to mention, this is capped at 2,500 participants, so
That's right.
register early if you can.
Now, I would go, I'm not a runner, but I would go just to do the giant slip and slide. That sounds like
Doesn't
a lot
that
of
sound
fun.
like a fun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And the tethered 3-person team, that must be a spectacle.
Do you remember where you used to have to try to do step by step? You'd tether each other together. Can you imagine doing an obstacle course,
In the mud.
run, tethered to somebody that'd be interesting.
A little bit cleaner run is planned for Pioneers Park. This is the Buffalo Run. I hear Pioneers Park is a great place to run, but it's pretty challenging as well.
It is a lot of peaks and valleys, but very scenic along the way. Pioneers Park's a great venue for running. This is the Buffalo Run. Should be a lot of fun starting September 9th.
And if hiking is more your thing, you can enjoy the Saturday with a Naturalist at Pioneers Park. Check out what's blooming, what wildlife is out this time of the year, and dress for the outdoors. You'll be outside the whole time.
Please register the Wednesday before the event. It should be a lot of fun. Pioneers Park does a great job, the Nature Center, about just making you look around and discover the plants and the ground and the creatures that are there, and learn about some of their different things that they do. Because as we get into fall, we're going to start to talk about migration, what they do when winter comes in. So great opportunity to see it, I think, in its seasonal element.
All right. Canoeing at Holmes Lake is coming up. They had an event scheduled earlier in the year that had to be moved to Oak Lake. So this is your chance to be back at Holmes Lake, which has gotten the all clear from the state.
No more bad green stuff.
No
in the
more
water.
bad green stuff. Come out, first come, first served, to try your hand at canoeing. And you might want to get there early. I guess these are really popular. People want to get out there and give it a try.
Yeah, everything's provided too: life jackets, canoes, and paddles.
We want to remind people that the free Move More Lincoln Wellness Series continues. This is a collaboration between Parks and Rec and the Community Health Endowment. You've got Zumba, yoga, feeling fit, Tuesdays through Saturdays, and this is at the Jane Snyder Trail Center, and it's free.
Yeah, instructors will be from Aging Partners, so definitely not an age-limited event at all. So stop out there and see a great venue for exercise.
All right. A fun event coming up at the Event Center. I know lots of people who are really into Legos.
Yes.
People my age, grandkids, everybody loves those little blocks. You can
Yeah.
make so many fun things, and they do those great kits now
They do.
where you can build all kinds of things.
Right,
that
Star
move
Wars
and-
characters and different things that are mechanical. This is Brick Days. This is a Lego event for all ages. Folks from Lincoln, Omaha, Wyoming, Colorado, Kansas, Kansas City, all over will be there to share Lego-inspired events and just figures and creativity, and it should be a lot of fun. Lancaster Event Center, plenty of room out there, so that's a lot of Legos coming to the Event Center.
And you have a chance to get a VIB. That is a very important builder pass.
Oh. Whoa.
That must be for the elite in the Lego.
Does that get you in places in Lincoln?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Try
Master Builder?
I like
I don't
it.
know.
I like it.
I don't know. All right, finally today we want to talk about art in the garden. A shout out to Julia Noyes from the Noyes Art Gallery. She's been doing this now this will be the 6th anniversary. Lots of artists from the Noyes Art Gallery are there in the beautiful sunken gardens, and all the proceeds go to support keeping that most beloved spot so spectacular.
It is a tourism treasure, and this is the 6th annual event. The theme this time around will be Sun Salutations.
And Julia does a great job with that. That's a lot of work to put that on.
It is.
And she does it out of the goodness of her heart. It's one of the reasons she won a Mayor's Arts Award last year.
Very impressive.
Yes,
we have a
it
lot of good
is.
people in Lincoln, just like Julia, that just pour their heart into what they do, and it makes Lincoln such a great destination, but more importantly, a great place for you and I to live and love and raise a family. So we just love our community thanks to people like that.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you very much, Jeff. Lincoln.org is the website, or you can stop down at the Visitors Center.
Yeah, stop and see us at 7th and P. The number down there is 434-5348. And we always welcome visitors. Bobblehead Abe is alive and well. Our beer booklets for the beer tour are officially gone now. So just a lot of great things if you're looking to take a quick trip anywhere in the central part of the country. We've got great visitor information down there as well.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
You
Thanks
betcha.
for doing such a great job of getting those heads in beds and feet
Feet in the sheets.
Feet in the sheets.
That's right.
All right.
Thanks, Diane.
We're going to learn your lingo one way or the other. As we take a break, we're going to take a look at what you'll find at some of Lincoln's great museums. Then Tom Lorenz will join us from Pinewood Bowl and Pinnacle Bank Arena, so stay with us. Welcome back to Out and About. Tom Lorenz joins us now, and it's good to see you this month. We missed you last month. You had kind of a
I was kind of AWOL last month.
Kinda crazy.
It got to be a crazy day, and I miss doing this, and I do miss it. We get to do this once a month, and this is always fun, and I hope people appreciate there's just so many things going on, and it's great to be able to talk about it.
Yes, there is. And you've had a couple of big announcements just recently.
We have.
21 Pilots is coming back, and this time at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
That's right. They were out at Pinewood Bowl. It was an absolute sellout. What a cool band. These guys cross over so many different genres. They're a little bit rap. There's some progressive. There's some pop in there. A lot of music out of these two guys. They're one of the most popular bands out touring right now. So on their tour, it is all major cities and Lincoln. And that's a big deal. It's really great that they want to come here, and we're really thrilled with that. So the 21 Pilot guys, there's still some tickets out there for that. Always check Ticketmaster. That's where, don't go to other sources. Ticketmaster is where the tickets are available. But November 20th, it will be a fabulous night at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
All right. And then the very next night, you've got a band I've never heard of coming, but it sounds like kind of a
Well, one night's not
great
enough,
night.
so now we got to have a second night. We have Five Finger Death Punch coming. I know a lot of people in Lincoln have been waiting for that band to hit Lincoln. Really great rock. It's just outstanding. It's nice to have those two back to back. At the time, it's a great time too, because a lot of students are back from college. They're here for that week. Classes are out, so a lot of cool things. This is the night before Thanksgiving. So Five Finger Death Punch will be here with Breaking Benjamin, Bad Wolves, and From Ashes to New on November 21st. Keep watching. We just made the announcement today. We'll have some announcements about when tickets go on sale and everything else. But, those are two great nights, little different genres night to night, but really a lot of fun right around Thanksgiving.
right around Thanksgiving. That will be fun. That's great news. Well, let's back up a little bit. We want to tell people what's coming up between now and then.
Yep.
Starting with RibFest. This is the 22nd annual.
It's
Wow.
amazing. 22 years of this. Lincoln has supported it so strong. It's really fun. I really encourage people, if they haven't been to RibFest for a couple years, come on back. We've got 7 great rib vendors. It's over in the festival space, lots of room. You can park over by the Salt Dogs, walk right in. Always, we've got big tents for shade. People come for lunch, come for dinner, bring their families. There's just so many cool things to do at RibFest. We've got a great music lineup this year. Thursday, we always start with Chris Sayer. Chris has been a staple for us, around lunch for years and years. The Diamond Empire Band. This year's, let me kind of step back. We really focused on Nebraska bands. Now that sounds kind of weird, but we've only got one band really outside of Nebraska. But there's so much great talent here that we're able to sort of showcase it at RibFest, and we hope people come by and check that out. So we've got Chris Sayer, sings before every football game, sings all around town, great guy. Diamond Empire Band, made up of a bunch of guys that were guys and girls. Some were Southeast High School kids. They've gone out. They're a wedding band, a party band. They play all over Omaha and Lincoln. So they're going to be there Thursday afternoon also. And then we'll finish off that night with Evan Bartles and the Stony Lonesomes. Evan's going to make it big. And so this is one of those chances to say, hey, I saw him while he was still on the way up. It'll be tremendous. Friday, John Walker. So John, for 22 years, has been the only guy that's played every year of RibFest. And John, if you've never seen John perform, and I hope everyone has, Americana, classic folk, John is just an unmistakable voice, remembers all these complex lyrics to these great folk songs, and is just the nicest guy out there. So John will be coming in. Mike Semrod and the Riverhawks, more Americana, some country in there. Lloyd McCarter, another guy from Nebraska. Lloyd McCarter and the Honky Tonk Revival. There's so much great outlaw country, Americana type of stuff that's really kind of floating up at the top right now. These guys are the best at it. And then we finish off that, what's traditionally our Friday night country night with Emmett Bauer Band, awesome country. Saturday, very simple. AM, FM, 80s, 90s rock, the best that you can find here in Lincoln. And then here's our one band from outside of Nebraska, but they feel like Nebraska guys now. Here come the Mummies.
They've been at how many RibFests
We've
now?
had them at least 3 or 4 RibFests. They played in town in different places. They played at Rococo. They played at the Bourbon. If you haven't seen Here Come the Mummies, you have to see them. If you've seen them, you're a fan, and you're going to come for $5 that night and see them.
That's great.
They are so much fun. It is punk. It is rock. It's funk. It's reggae. It's a little bit of everything. These are top musicians. They come in costume because a lot of them are Grammy winners. They're studio musicians from Nashville. The lineup changes a little bit, but the sound is always there. It's solid. It's great. It's a fun night. So RibFest, we're really excited about RibFest this year. Last year, we had some other events on top of it. We were doing the Crawford fight and also Kendrick Lamar, and so it was a little bit difficult to get around there. This year it's wide open. Come on down, park, spend an afternoon, evening there. It's a great value, and it's just a lot of fun.
Thank you to the Nebraska pork producers.
You bet. Those guys have supported us from day one, and they're a wonderful company. They're really there. They'll come out. They'll do their party there on Saturday night, and it's just a fun. This is a Lincoln event. This is
It is.
It's the longest running one that we've got going right now.
Okay, let's run through what else is going on inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. We've got UFC Fight Night coming up near the end of August.
This is the big time. This is the stuff they'll show. This is a Fox 1 Sports that'll be on TV. Come and see some of the best fighters in UFC anywhere. Check out our website. You can look at all the different fight pairings. There are some really, really good fights. These are top 10 fighters from across the country. This is a big production, so come on down to UFC.
And it's always fun to see Pinnacle Bank Arena on TV,
It
too.
is. I mean, this is, we're getting national coverage, not just in basketball and not just with football, but we're getting a lot of other national coverage pieces now. And they're going to come in a day or two early to help through the setup. There's just lots of pieces to this. Big deal, again, to get them here. They don't do that many shows in the States, and we've got one of them, so come out and support it.
Great. We've got a big September coming up, starting off with Metallica, September 6th.
The biggest rock band out touring right now. Metallica, we worked on this show for a long time. There's only 19 shows in their first run. Lincoln has one of them. This is a production that, unlike any other production, it's in the round, it's huge, moving pieces, really, really cool lighting effects. And then, Metallica, just the seminal rock band that's been out there that has album after album, great songs that you'll know all night long, high energy, and believe it or not, there are not many, but there are a few tickets still available.
Okay. Something for the kids then coming up for a couple Couple days in September, Paw Patrol Live.
Race to the Rescue, 5 great shows. There's 3 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. It's the day of the Great Adventure Bay race between Adventure Bay's Mayor Goodway and Foggy Bottom's Mayor Humdinger. So Paw Patrol to the rescue, where no job is too big and no pup is too small. So
Go Pups.
it's, you know what? We see different reactions from the public for different shows, and the reaction to Paw Patrol has been overwhelming. Social media, people talking to us, it's so cool that it's coming here. It's a fun family show for the whole group.
Okay, October is bringing us Odessa, October 2nd.
Odessa's coming in, Grammy Award nominee, tremendous kind of an EDM band. Kai Wolf and Evan Gia, who are coming off their own, their own really great years. This is a very unique thing. We haven't done much EDM there, and this is our chance to kind of dip our toe into that and start. And we're starting at the top. Usually you sort of take some smaller bands to get there. We're right at the top with Odessa coming in. They're going to spend a couple days with us, put some of their tour together, do some rehearsal. This is going to be a great show. This will be all GA, where you can stand on the floor, up in the seats. It works very well. And it's sold great, and as soon as the students come back, all the rest of those tickets will go. So this is really exciting to have Odessa here.
Okay, October 4th, the Overcomer Tour is coming, and these kinds of events have been popular at the arena.
They really are. This is a great area for it. Dr. Jeremiah from Turning Point Ministries, that's senior pastor at Shadow Mountain Community Church from California. Learn how you can overcome everyday challenges with the power of God with Dr. Jeremiah.
And then Fall Out Boy coming up October 5th, the very next day.
Fall Out Boy is one of those bands that everybody knows, and everyone has their favorite song from high school with Fall Out Boy. They're joined this year with Machine Gun Kelly and State Champs. They haven't toured for a couple years. It's great to have them out. And again, it's one of those, they're not touring everywhere in the country, but everyone's managing to make a stop in Lincoln at this point.
And the legendary Leonard Skinner is coming as well.
This is their farewell tour. They've been out for touring for, I think, 50 years.
Wow.
And so, the band has had great times and tragedy, but Leonard Skinner, the music, is just ingrained all of us, that southern rock sound that they've done so well. And they've got special guest Jamie Johnson, who is one of the great country Americana kind of guys coming up right now. This will be a fun time, and this will be the last time to see them. So they've been at Pinewood Bowl. They've been in town other times. This is the time you want to come see them and enjoy that southern rock one more
And wish
time.
them well.
And wish them well. They're all great guys, and this is a great way to send them off.
Another legendary band, Fleetwood Mac, is coming back to Lincoln.
Mick, John McVie, Stevie Nicks, Christy McVie, and now Mike Campbell and Neil Flynn. The band has sold over 100 million records worldwide. They've always had a changing lineup. If you knew about Fleetwood Mac, it's always been different people coming in and out. And so this will be one of those shows that, they'll play all of their favorites. They'll have a few new things. These guys, were just, that they've always been at the top of rock. And it's just an honor to have them back. So I'm really looking forward to that show.
Then the next night, Thomas Rhett takes the stage.
We have country superstars coming here all the time. Thomas now can be called one of those. 10 #1 hit records. He's joined with Brett Young and Midland that night. His talent is, it just keeps getting better and better all the time. Top of his game, great country show. There's a few tickets left. Jump on them while you can.
Okay. Also, there's a few tickets left out at Pinewood Bowl, but before we get to that, we want to talk about a new founding partner for the arena. Silverhawk Aviation has come on board.
We've got great companies here in Lincoln, and we're always glad to showcase them. And so on our premium level, Silverhawk Aviation has come in and become the sponsor up there. Silverhawk does partial shares in jets, specialty small jet flying, all these type of things, and they're a great company here in Lincoln. We're pleased and honored to be part of them. They've come in and done some great decorating to the premium level. Diane, it's one of those honors that we get to work with so many great people here in the town, and to have them as part of Pinnacle Bank Arena and the work with IMG, this has been outstanding, and so very nice to welcome them in.
Okay, let's go out to the bowl. Earlier in the show, we talked about the Dog Bowl that's coming up out there in early September. That'll be fun. But let's talk about some of the concerts starting August 7th. ZZ Top.
ZZ Top comes back with their special guest Tim Montana. ZZ Top, that little old band from Texas. They're the longest running rock band with original personnel intact. So you got Billy Gibbons, Dustin Hill, and Frank Beard. They have been playing rock and blues for years and years. You know, one of the things that they say about it is they're the same but always changing. With blues, you can listen to the same blues song over and over and see it different ways each time. These guys have just got such a catalog of material to come through. Billy Gibbons, one of the top guitarists out there. It's just so much fun to have these guys back again. It always draws a great crowd. It's always a fun evening. And with Tim Montana, who's been named Rolling Stone's one of the artists you need to know, had some really great success lately, and it's always fun to see kind of the handoff from these, you know, the grizzled veterans onto the new guys, see them play together, and the setting at Pinewood Bowl is perfect for ZZ Top.
All right, Earth, Wind, and Fire, August 14th. That is one to mark on your calendar. That's just going to be a beautiful, I can tell already it's going to be one of those great nights at Pinewood.
And it's an evening with, so it's just these guys all night long. You know, they started in 1969 in Chicago. They've got 23 albums out. So much R&B and pop music. This is going to be a wonderful night. We've been actually trying to get Earth, Wind, and Fire with them, with Chicago or someone, for with their 7th year of being out there. We've been working on those all 7 years. We finally got them to come out. A great night, you're right. I mean, this is going to be so much fun. The music is strong, horns, great vocals. You know, Pinewood has just been that magic place where we can make that size act fit in here. Everyone, the artist has a great time. The audience has great sight lines. The moon comes up over top.
Yes.
It's been so
Sometimes
much
there's
fun.
a great sunset.
Oh, it's just beautiful. So Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know, they're going to play so many of your favorite hits. Great night, August 14th.
And then Jason Mraz is coming August 30th to kind of wind up the month.
He is, you know, multiple Grammy Award winner. You know, Jason Mraz, the hottest thing out there some years back. That was about 15 years ago when he started. Great catalog of material. He's bringing Brett Dennen, who's known for his song Already Gone. To have Jason Mraz out there, this one is doing really well. You've seen him in so many different settings. Great pop singer. You know, those singer-songwriters aren't that many out there anymore, it seems like, and he's one of the best ones.
All right. A couple of September shows will kind of wrap up the season out at Pinewood Bowl. September 10th is Need to Breathe.
They're bringing Johnny Swim and Forrest Black. You know, to describe them is really difficult. Some people say kind of an alt-rock dynamic. They have these infectious pop melodies. They also play some southern rock, and it's all very upbeat, very solid based. And so to have them there, there's some a cappella that they do. It's just a really great show. It's a Monday night, and surprisingly, it's selling extremely well. It's going to be a beautiful night out there. Come on out. You know, that time in September, the days are warm, the evenings are clear and beautiful. That's another fun one we're looking forward to. Need to Breathe is going to be a great show.
And wrapping up another great season out at Pinewood Bowl is another great musician, much honored musician. Beck is coming September 19th.
You know, Beck, if you follow his career, great solo career, but he collaborates with so many different people. I mean, he's truly a legend out there. Energetic, crowd pleasing. He merges all these various styles. You can't pigeonhole him. This one, the response again has been outstanding. So that'll be a great way on September 19th to finish up the bowl. You know, and all we can keep saying to people is thank you so much for being so supportive. Thanks to the guys at Parks and Rec who, you know, help us make this happen. There's just so many people that contribute, and it's been great. And the roundabout is done, so it's easy to get there. So we're in good shape.
That makes things a lot
It
easier
does,
out there.
it does.
Thank you so much, Tom. The websites again are
www.pinnaclebankarena.com and www.pinewoodbowltheater.com. Great information out there. You can learn all about the shows and show times, learn about the latest traffic, and a lot of good information. I hope people visit often.
All right. Thank you so much, Tom.
All right.
And that is all for this month's Out and About show. I want to thank all the guests that we had for today. If you missed any of the events, stay tuned because we'll be running a list right after the show. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you out and about.